Hey everybody, what's going on? The Montreal Canadiens are just finishing up their regular season with a few more games left to play, and they still have a lot to play for in terms of their NHL draft lottery odds. I know losing on purpose isn't exactly what fans want to hear at this point in the season, but it's best for them in terms of what they can get in this upcoming NHL draft, which is very important to be a top six pick because that's going to give the Montreal Canadiens the best possible chance to draft a forward that can make a difference at the next level, which is something the Montreal Canadiens are vitally missing right now on their roster. Before we get into today's video, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It's as easy as clicking in the bottom right hand corner of this video. The biggest thing I wanted to talk about today, and it's something that we've continued to talk about on this channel, is just the overall development of Juraj Slafkovsky and what he's managed to accomplish in just his second season in the NHL. There were a lot of people questioning this selection when the Montreal Canadiens made it, but they've proven to be true in terms of his overall ceiling as a player and what he can bring to the National Hockey League as a big horse, as the Montreal Canadiens scouting staff coined the term for him. He's just someone that does so many things right on the ice, and the thing that I've been most impressed with is his overall hockey IQ. He's someone that understands the game very well, and he's only going to get more intelligent as he gets more reps under his body and more time under head coach Martin St. Louis, which has currently been a major factor for him in terms of how he's continued to elevate his game at this level. He's putting up nearly a point per game pace in the second half of this 2023-2024 season, and that shouldn't go unnoticed when you factor in that there were some people ready to call him a bust at the start of this season. When you have a bigger frame like Slafkovsky, it takes some time to get used to that size in the NHL and realize how big you are and how you can win those battles in the corners of the ice and come away with the pucks. Not to mention his ability to be a solid net front presence as well, which showed on their goal last night that opened the scoring for the Montreal Canadiens from Jordan Harris. That goal doesn't happen if Juraj Slafkovsky isn't in front of the net and being a smart hockey player. So I think there's just continued to be more upside for this player. The more you watch him play, the more impressed you come away. And that's something that's very positive right now for this Montreal Canadiens team. This wasn't something I expected to happen this season from Slafkovsky. I expected a 30 to 35 point campaign, which I would have been fine with, but he's gone above and beyond expectations and just really is developing into a star winger in the NHL. Of course, you don't want to don him that too soon. We've already seen what's happened in the past with players like Alex Galchenyuk and Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Of course, those were kind of flash in the pan players, although Galchenyuk did score 30 goals once in the NHL, and now Kotkaniemi is in Carolina as a healthy scratch down the stretch. So there's a lot to be excited about when you factor in Slafkovsky and how the Canadiens have handled his development. I think that's one of the biggest things that we should be praising the Habs for right now, is that Martin St. Louis didn't let the Canadiens brass send Slafkovsky down when he was struggling to start the year. He felt like he was just on the cusp of breaking out, and that's exactly what he's done. So I think Martin St. Louis deserves a lot of credit for what Slafkovsky has been able to accomplish this season. But at the end of the day, you don't accomplish what he's been doing without that willpower within and that ability to listen and become a teachable student. And I think that Slafkovsky is doing all of these things correctly, and he's making strides towards becoming a star winger in the NHL. A lot of people always made the comparison for Slafkovsky to being Mikko Rantanen with the Colorado Avalanche. And although that still might be a bit of a far stretch in some people's eyes, he's at least showing that he has the ceiling of a star player in the NHL, and that's something that the Montreal Canadiens haven't had in their roster for a very, very long time. That's it for me today from Cook's Corner. As always, let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are on the continued progression of Juraj Slafkovsky and where you think he ends up down the line in the NHL one day. I'm Zach Cook. We'll see you later.